Hello Canine Evolutions. If you clicked on this video, you're probably interested in one of the 10 best training methods out there to get the most obedient dog. But do these methods really exist? In the dog training world, there are numerous trainers and methods out there that advertise obedient dog in 10 lessons or get your dog to stop barking in 5 minutes. Now, some people are probably wanting to click on my video to hear some of the magical fast training methods or some magic tool that will stop your dog from pulling on a leash, jumping on the counter, or stop chasing cars. Well, that sounds very excited, and I'm not saying that all of these methods or training techniques work or don't work. But it's not what I am interested in. These methods are a quick fix in subduing the symptoms because of a bribe for food or a threat, like an aversive jerk on the leash. What I am more interested in is addressing the root cause, the reason why your dog did the behavior in the first place. Why is the dog not engaged with you and chooses to not pay attention to you and go chase the deer or a car? Why is the relationship with you not balanced and the dog does what he does? Yes, the dog pulls on a leash and you give him a good harsh correction with a prong collar and you might have stopped the behavior for a short time. Or your dog barks all the time and you put a bark collar on, and again, yes, you might have stopped the behavior for a short time, but did you really stop it? Did you stop the desire to pull on a leash? Did you stop the desire to bark? Yeah, probably not really. Great that it works for you, but it's again not something that I'm interested in doing. It feels good for you in the short term, but if your dog associates those aversives with you, or he associates it with a tool and not his behavior, or not with the desire to go in the behavior, you will ruin the chances of improvement of the behavior in the long run. These tools and methods and quick fixes are like a sledgehammer. They break down a wall very quickly, but they also leave a big mess. If you, on the other hand, carefully take the wall down brick by brick, you are going to do that, yes, a lot slower, but you will be able to determine the faulty brick and then reuse all the good bricks to build the wall back up, without the need to clean up a big mess. A lot of people will say, hey, a sledgehammer works. My dog stops doing what I need him to do. So anyway, don't come talking about different relationship-based training methods. I use my tools and it works just fine. Well, to those people, I just want to say 3 things. First, great for you, man. If you getting everything done for you quickly, that's great. However, in my opinion, it is probably not enough for a balanced relationship and for the relationship that you're looking for. And if your goal is to have a dog that is motivated to do what you like him to do because he chooses to do it, then his relationship with the tangible things in his life, like the tools you use, is probably not the best option. So for instance, in the 1980s and 90s, my dog training was purely based on using tools, and some of it worked, but I also had a lot of relationship problems with my dogs. The way I used those tools kept me from reaching my full potential with my dog, and today I know better. So I'm looking to optimizing my relationship with my dog the best I can. And the third thing that I want to tell these people is that we and our dogs are all different. So just because it worked for you and your dog in a particular situation doesn't mean it's going to work for other people and their dog. Your dog might be okay with a hard correction, while another one will bite himself up the leash, bite you, and then another dog will completely cower down and be afraid of you the rest of his life. One of the most important things in dog training is to not look at the results of others, as it can be very discouraging. So just figure out how to learn enough and apply enough that you starting getting the relationship results you want. And don't look at how much results somebody else got or how long it took them to get there, because all that matters is that you do enough for your relationship and that you're patient enough with your dog. In my opinion, it's going to be a lifestyle for the rest of your life anyway. The way does not exist, in my opinion. There is no way that is going to work for everybody. There is no best method, there is no perfect tool, and there is suddenly no perfect trainer. It's kind of funny. I've gotten comments on some of my videos where people say, "You just don't know what you're talking about. You're just giving us many different factors and science to learn. Just tell me the one thing that is going to make a difference. Just tell me how to stop my dog from doing A, B, or C." And again, in my opinion, they are totally missing the point, because it's about your individual relationship with your dog. Your emotional level, what's your social environment look like, what you and your dog have been through, how stressful has your dog's life been, how stressful is your life today. Do you or do your dog suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, for example? What's your age? You know, when you're 80 years old, I'm not going to ask you to play a big game of tug of war in the field. You know, I'm not going to let you do very athletic movements. What's the gender of your dog? You know, male and female dogs respond differently. What is the genetics of your dog? What are the genetic predisposition, breed-specific innate behaviors of your dog? Right? So everyone and their dog is different, and that's why we have to learn the principles of how dogs learn. We need to learn the foundation of animal behavior and apply that until we get results. Here's one way we can try to illustrate this, and hopefully that will sink in even more. Let's say that this is the average and this is your thermostat with your relationship with your dog. And the yellow zone is where you kind of stay the same, get a little bit better, get a little bit worse, but nothing really changes. But if you get a little bit worse and then you're getting in the red zone, now things really start getting worse. However, if you dial back on the distractions a bit, for example, now you're suddenly in the green zone and your dog starts paying attention to you and you are starting to get results. And then we have the people who have it just so easy, and they are the people who have the dog that is so laid back and never pays attention to anything. So they go out, do a tiny bit of training, one pop on the leash, one extra cookie to be in the green zone, and now they're getting results and telling everybody else just to do it like them, because hey, that's how dog training works. That's how dog training works for me, that's how dog training works for everybody. That's all there's to it. But if you're watching this video, chances are that it wasn't this easy for you. And you know what, I sympathize, because I meet a lot of people like you in my career. So If you have a high drive, easy, overstimulated, and sometimes stubborn dog, if your dog is a tough case, then it might seem like you have to dial things back forever and go back to basics. And you know what? That's essentially how it is. That if you do things just a little bit worse, or you miss a step in your relationship building, or you lump in creating a new behavior, or you lump when you try to change a behavior, now you're in the red zone. And now you have to improve a ridiculous amount and change things up so much before you're in the green zone again. Well, that's life, and that's just what you have to do then. But understand that this is you and your dog, and this is not somebody else, and it's not fair. But if you want to get results, just learn what it's going to take to get you there. And you know what? In order to get there, we need to understand that it's not the tools that will give you results, but the knowledge about them and how to use them. That it's not the food that will give you results, but the knowledge about the science, how dogs learn. In my video course on how dogs learn, from Tyrant to Teacher, the foundation of animal behavior, I go in depth about the science of animal behavior and the theories on how animals learn. And I really invite you to go have a look at it. If you enjoyed this video and if you want to understand more on how dogs learn, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that bell and turn on all the notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.